Capricorns, welcome. This is a general reading. It is a timeless reading, so when you find it, it's meant for you. Please only take the parts that resonate with you because this is just a general reading for a large group of people, okay? The parts that apply to you, if there's some that apply to you, please hit that like button. If this is your reading and it fully resonates with you, please claim it down in the comments below so I know the messages are getting to the right people. Okay, let's get started. What do we have for where are Capricorns at right now? Where are Capricorns at right now? And we have the Four of Wands, which is definitely a good place to be. The Four of Wands talks about celebration, family, friends, reunions. And you know, with the holidays currently coming up right now, I mean, this can find you at any time, but right now the holidays are coming up too. So let's see here. Capricorns, where else are the Capricorns at? And we have the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands talks a lot about feeling a lot of stress and exhaustion and having too many burdens. You feel very weighed down by burden. So let's see, what else do we have for our Capricorns right now, please? And we have the Ace of Swords, which I love the aces. The Ace of Swords talks about new ideas. It can talk about a new conflict, but usually when I'm laying cards, that's not usually what it represents for me. Occasionally, but not usually. Okay, usually it's talking about a new idea coming in or finding mental clarity on something. A new mental clarity on a situation is usually how I see the Ace of Swords playing out. Okay. And we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so the Two of Swords can talk about it. It's time to make a decision on something, but it's like you're guarded and you don't want to. Or it's time to compromise and you don't want to. Like you're not allowing yourself to make that decision, but the decision needs to be made. Okay, so you're at that point where you have to make a decision or you have to compromise. But it's almost like you don't like the options. Let's see, what led our Capricorns up to this, please? Okay. And the High Priest, which is the Magician in this deck, which talks about taking ideas and thoughts and, you know, something that we want and actually being able to manifest it. Okay, so the Magician talks about having that power to manifest things into reality. So it looks like, and you have the Ace of Swords here too. So let's see here. So that could be a new idea that that you're working on. And we have the Four of Discs, and, you know, a lot of people say the Four of Discs talks about greed, and I do believe that it can when it's in excess. So, like, if I get 2 Four of Discs, I do start to wonder, you know, is it too much? But for me, the Four of Discs talks about wanting financial stability, okay? Wanting to be secure in the world that way. When it goes too far, then it can go into a mentality of greed or hoarding. But usually it represents to me the want for that stability. And then we have the Initiation card. Okay, so this is, with the Initiation card coming in, this is something where you're being initiated to a higher level in some way, okay? This could apply to, say, let's say a job or getting married, because it's leveling up, right? But usually it talks about it in a spiritual way, or if you own a business, it could talk about that way too. Your business is leveling up. Initiation shows up at many points in our lives where we grow exponentially, you know, and we become elevated just a little bit more, right? And that's part of the growth process here. All right, so it does look like you had, you know, some initiation to being, you know, Spirit's like, okay, time time to raise you up. And that's the thing, it does raise you up, okay? Like the initiation means they are coming to help you rise up. So let's see here. And in the future, we do have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords talks about a painful ending to something, like a very painful ending to something coming. It also brings a lot of mental clarity. So it's one of those painful endings where you get to see things very clearly. And again, we have that Ace of Swords here talking about, you know, it can be new clarity. So let's see. Okay, and we also have the Web card here, which talks about cause and effect. If you see, the spider web, you know, does talk about cause and effect. Talks about how when you do one thing, you know, that everything is interconnected. And if you even just hit one little spot on that web, it has a ripple effect through everything. So the Web card talks about cause and effect. You know, I did this and it vibrated out in this way. And here is the effect of that. Okay, and what do we have coming up immediately in the future for our Capricorns? Okay, and we have the Five of Cups, which talks about grief, loss, regret in some way. It can talk about feeling unloved or abandoned as well. So let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck here. In my readings, they get more detailed the longer we go. I give you a brief description of the cards as we go, so you have an idea as I'm laying them. And while I'm trying to put it all together and collect all the energies of the reading, okay? And we have the Lady on the bottom of the deck. And the Lady is the Empress. And she, okay, so you have the Magician card. You have the Initiation card. You have an Ace. You do have the cause and effect here, okay? And with this Empress on the bottom of the deck here, she talks about birthing things into reality, okay? She can talk about fertility and pregnancy and having a child, but she can birth anything into reality, not just a child, all right? And paired with that Magician card, this is a time of manifestation for you, okay? You have the Ace of Swords, the Initiation. This is a good time for you to manifest, okay? And this cause and effect. So let's see here. Let's start with the High Priest, the Magician, please. Okay. We have two coming out on that. Okay, we have the Five of Cups and then we have the Queen of Wands. So what that's telling me here. Okay, the Five of Cups talks about loss. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, you do. Okay. So the Five of Cups. So this Five of Cups happened here. Okay. And it talks about the loss, grief that I was telling you about over here, okay? Well, this seems to have actually come out back here for you, but it looks like in the near future, you're still going to be experiencing a lot of that. And maybe it didn't hit you full force back here, and it's going to shortly, like it's really going to come into play. But when this loss and grief has actually brought you to a place where you want to manifest something different in your life, okay? Like the Magician is coming in for you and saying, okay, let's change this. Let's look at this differently. We're gonna make a difference here. We're gonna switch this situation, and it's gonna take you into that Queen of Wands type energy. And the Queen of Wands, you know, she's very feisty, confident, self-assured. Like if I think about confidence, like the embodiment of confidence in the tarot, I would say the Queen of Wands has that. Like she is just full of that confident, self-assured energy. And that is the type of energy we also need in order to manifest the things that we want. Okay, so let's look here. Let's clarify this Four of Discs. What are we trying to get here with this Four of Discs? I know right now is a time too where people are struggling financially a lot. So I have seen the Four of Discs come out quite a bit, and also the, you know, just worry about money in general. And we have the Page of Wands. So this is another, and the Page of Wands talks about a new project or creative idea. So there is something coming in for you, a new opportunity, or a message of a new opportunity that is, requires creativity or passion of some kind. And you want to use that to create a stable financial future for yourself. Like, you're trying to, what it looks like to me is you're trying to manifest in a creative and passionate way to have stable finances here. Like, you want to use the gifts you have. And this initiation is clarified by the Eight of Cups, which talks a lot about moving on from abandonment, okay? And like I said, you have the 2 Five of Cups here and the Eight of Cups. And a lot of times with the Eight of Cups, you're the person who walks away. All right? You choose to walk away. Like this, the situation is no longer good for you. And you're the person choosing to move away from, or you're moving on from the abandonment feelings that you feel. Okay? And this initiation card is trying to help you do that. It's trying to heal you so you can rise up above the abandonment type issues that are playing out in your life right now. Okay? And what is this Four of Wands? What are we trying to build and develop here with this Four of Wands, please? And on the Four of Wands, we have the Six of Swords, which talks about necessary transition. Okay? Like, it's something you have to do. It could talk about moving and needing to relocate. But on this Four of Wands, it is telling me that this is a necessary transition for you. And with this initiation card right before it, it is telling me this is definitely something that you need. This is a transition, okay? This is a transition from one way to another. And it's going to help you build and develop that Four of Wands, which talks about celebration and family and friends and reunions and all things good. It can talk about marriage even. It can talk about a lot of things, but it's like a celebratory time in your life, okay? What is this Ten of Wands? Oh, okay. Yeah, the Ten of Wands, we have the Death card. Something comes to an end here. Okay, and that's why you're feeling a lot of burden. So the Death card, it talks about big changes, endings, and time to move on. But the thing with the Death card is it is always followed by rebirth. And if you look at the bottom of the other cards that fell out, that I wasn't playing, but that came out with this, it is the Sun card, okay? There's another card that came out, which is the Empress card. All right, and the Empress is also on the bottom of your deck here. The sun is illumination, and we are talking about initiation here. And with the Sun, we talk about a natural happiness, a joyous outcome, success. Like, we're talking about, and we are talking about the things in our lives being illuminated. Okay, so like, sometimes we don't see everything going on, but when the Sun comes out, everything is shown to us. Okay, and in an initiation, a lot of times that's exactly what happens, is a lot of the things that we didn't realize, we become very, very aware of. All right, what is this Ace of Swords, please? Please show me this Ace of Swords. What is this Ace of Swords? One card for the Ace of Swords, please. Okay. And yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Excuse me. I am sick. My daughter was sick all last week, and now apparently it is my turn. The Nine of Discs often talks about solo pursuits of something. Okay? And something may have come to an end, and now you're kind of solo. But I also see you looking for, you know, that financial stability. But you're kind of in this alone with that Nine of Discs. Like, whatever this new mental clarity or idea that's coming in, it can talk about needing a new job, raise in money, but I'm feeling in this one, it really is talking about a solo pursuit. And it can and possibly on financial gain, because we are looking at that here. But it also can talk about a solo pursuit like within yourself as well, and it may apply both ways in this reading, or for some of you in one way and for some of you in the other way. You know, and that's why I'm getting both here, is because this, I mean, this is going to play out a little differently in each person's life. Okay, and on the Two of Swords, we do have the Star card, you know, and that's a wonderful card to have. The Star card talks about renewal of hope. It talks about inner clarity. And again, with this Ace of Swords, I mean, that is new clarity. And we do have the Star card here. And it can also talk about miracles happening and having faith, okay? It can talk about being in the spotlight and becoming a star. That's not how I'm reading it in this. I really am reading this like really bringing in some real good mental clarity for you that allows you to rise above things. What is, okay. And on the Five of Cups, we do have the King of Swords, okay. And the King of Swords, he's very strategic. He's very well thought out. He's very intentional. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows why he's doing it. And he has a plan. And the King of Swords will cut off people who do not, like, have the right intentions. He sees it. He knows it. And he sees it for exactly what it is. And with all this clarity coming in here for you, and that King of Swords clarifying the regret card, and we have the Eight of Cups over here and the Five of Cups, it does kind of seem like there's somebody in your life that you may be considering that you need to walk away from, or you've already walked away from, but it's still, the loss of that is still playing out. But with that King of Swords energy, you know, I would have to say that that is the right decision. Okay, and on the web card, we do have the Seven of Cups, clarifying that. And that can talk about having too many choices or commitment issues. And maybe this, but there's a cause and effect. Remember, we talked about this cause and effect with this web card. And with the regrets you're facing right now, I'm thinking that this Seven of Cups here talks about, you know, the choices being that were made in this love agreement had to do with commitment in some way. I am feeling that, like there was a breach in commitment in some way, whether that's in loyalty or you feel betrayed, or I don't see those cards here. But I am getting off of this Seven of Cups that it has the cause and effect due to the commitment, okay? Whatever that means to you. That is kind of what I'm getting. Okay, Ten of Swords. And again with this web, okay? Here's another web in this deck, and this is really talking about cause and effect. I mean, it is talking how when we do something, there is a vibration to it that affects a lot of other things. And this is the Hanged Woman card, which is the Hangman card, which talks about going inside of yourself. But what I'm really getting out of this card right now is the web and the spider. And the spider is the weaver of fate. And as the spider weaves fate, you know, as people move around in their journey, they're touching that web. And that web has a cause and effect, okay? And if somebody in your life is, you know, they're part of your web in a way, and there's something going on here with that for you where there's a cause and effect, a ripple effect in things on how this all played out. And I do believe it has something to do with the commitment. All right, I want one more card on this, please. But the Hangman does talk about taking some time alone, and being in suspension and really gaining the wisdom and clarity, which also does play out in your cards here. Yeah, and this is going to turn into a Ten of Pentacles with which you're looking for that stable, you know, that stable income. But the Ten of Pentacles is even better than just a stable income. It is building your legacy, okay? It is building the life the way that you want it to be. It is pulling it all together. And so as much as you have loss and grief and whatever over this, this ending is taking you from this Ten of Swords painful ending into your Ten of Pentacles, because you get to rebuild your life the way that you want it to be. And on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And so the Queen of Pentacles is a very resourceful person. All right. And she's also very good at making sure that, you know, this Ten of Pentacles goes very well with this Queen of Pentacles. Okay. She's resourceful, and she works very hard to create the life that she wants. Let's get some animal advice here. Animal advice for our Capricorns, please. So sorry, I'm sick today. Okay, there we go. And we have Polar Bear, Mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Yeah, and a lot of you may have spiritual gifts of your own, especially with that initiation card coming in here for you, and the webs. That may be very accurate, you know. So trust your intuition on all of this, okay? And thank you so much for being here. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button. If it's your reading, please claim it in the comments below. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you here. Until we meet again.